Hi and welcome back. So what I want to do in this video is I just want to, I guess, give you maybe a couple of quick little tests, I guess, and they'll be self-tests. I'm not necessarily observing you do this, but I guess you'll a couple little things where you can test yourself, and they're little math exercises that'll really, I guess, help you gauge how ready you are with your math skills and specifically your algebra skills to do well in a chemistry course. Because really, I know where in my chemistry class there were definitely a few people that I wouldn't. I think they had gone through algebra, but maybe had some problems with different concepts from algebra, and it was really causing them a lot of trouble in chemistry because while chemistry, we definitely go into more detail than we definitely do things. It's not an algebra course or anything, but we do use algebra very heavily in chemistry. So this first test, so I'm just going to say if I have the expression 1.00 times this fraction. We've got 2.00 times 10 to the 20th over 1.00 times 10 to the minus 19th. And I'm just going to say pretty much and this can be your own self-test to figure out how ready you are for your chemistry course. If you need a calculator to solve this, and let's figure out what this would be. But it would be, so we multiply 1, and we can even think about how we could say we could just separate out all of these expressions, right? So we could just say, well, we're just multiplying by 1, so we could say that 1 goes into our numerator over here, so we could have, and I'll drop all the significant figures right now, but we have 1 multiplied by 2, and then we can just say we're multiplying that by 10 raised to the 20th power, and then all of that is being divided by 1 times 10 to the minus 19th power. So what I'm, I guess, letting you know right now, and hopefully you're able to solve this without using a calculator, but if you need a calculator to solve this, it is in your absolute best interest to visit this page I brought up right now. This is the Khan Academy page, which if you've seen any videos that I've made, I'm directly modeling the style that I'm directly modeling the style that I'm doing these videos off of the way this guy Sal Khan does these videos on the Khan Academy. And if what I'm saying is if you can't solve this expression, this expression of we have 1 times 2 times 10 to the 20th power divided by 1 times 10 to the minus 19th power. If you can't get this, and I'll just solve this real quick, and we can say, so if we have 10 to the minus 19th, this will come onto the top of our expression, so we can say that this is going to be, and I'll just have drop these ones, so we can say that this is going to be 2 times 10 to the 20th, and since this is a negative 19, this can get multiplied onto the top of our expression as a positive exponent times 10 to the 19th. And what are we going to do with these two exponents? If we're multiplying, so we're multiplying 10 to the 20th times 10 to the 19th. So that means we're just going to add the exponents. So it's going to be 2.00 times 10 to the 39th. This is what you should hopefully have gotten if you were trying to solve this expression. But if you needed a calculator, or if you didn't quite understand specifically how these exponents worked in this function about how because I was dividing by a negative exponent, that's the same thing as multiplying as the by the positive exponent. If you had trouble understanding that, or if you didn't know that before I just showed you, it's in your best interest to visit this site. It's www.khanacademy.org, and it's in your best interest. And here are a bunch of algebra problems that you should definitely. They're definitely great. Some really great work that Sal Khan did putting this together, putting together all these algebra problems. But if you need help on exponents, you can go down to, this is the pre-algebra playlist, and we've got level 1 exponents, level 2, level 3, a negative exponent intuition video, and then videos on exponent rules 1 and video on 2 different videos on exponent rules. And that'll give you all the knowledge that you would need to be able to solve something like this without a calculator. So if you were able to solve this before this video, then absolutely great. If you were a little rusty on something, and again, this is just kind of a self-test for you. If you wouldn't have been able to figure this out without a calculator, it's in your best interest to go to this site, khanacademy.org, and watch at least these, how many videos? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At least these 6 videos under the pre-algebra heading, and all these videos on exponents would be great for you to watch before, I guess, at some point before you start your chemistry course. The next thing I want to talk about, and the next, I guess, little test we can say, is I'm just going to give you an expression. So let's say we had A times B was going to be equal to C times D times E divided by F. So let's say we had this expression, and let's say we knew what A was, we knew what B was, we knew what C was, we knew what D was, and we also knew what E was, but we didn't know F. How would we rearrange this expression to be able to solve for F? So you can maybe you want to pause the video now and try to solve it for yourself, but I'll solve it too right now. So we can say this F would get multiplied out. So we could even rewrite this, and we could write this C and the D in the numerator of this fraction. So this could be AB is equal to CDE, all of that over F. And then this F would get multiplied, so we multiply F by both sides. And then we get AB times F that we multiplied out is equal to CDE, because we multiplied out this F, so we now no longer have a fraction. And then to solve for F, we're going to divide both sides by AB. So now our final form for this expression is going to be F is equal to CDE over AB. So this is just a very simple operation. As we get further along in our playlist, we'll be talking about something called the ideal gas equation, which is almost exactly in this form. We don't have this fraction at the end, but the ideal gas equation, and we'll definitely talk about it more, is PV is equal to nRT. And all the time when we're going to be dealing with this equation, we'll have situations where we know P, we know N, we know R, and we know T, but we don't know V. So if we had to solve for V in this equation, what would we do? We would just divide both sides by P, and we would say V is equal to nRT divided by P. So hopefully this makes sense to you, but I want to say if it doesn't, once more, it's in your best interest to go and visit the Khan Academy and maybe definitely work in the pre-algebra playlist. But in addition to the pre-algebra playlist, there is, and I'm just scrolling back up to the top, there is the algebra playlist right at the top. And even when you get when you work with simple equations, this is really you don't have to get you don't have to. It's in your best interest, definitely, to go through as much of the algebra playlist on the Khan Academy as you are able. But in order to solve simple equations like this, you probably won't need to really go that far into algebra if you don't want to. But still, it's in your best interest to go as far as you can with algebra on the Khan Academy. So anyway, that is just those are, I guess, two small little self-tests that you can give yourself to try to figure out whether mathematically you're ready for chemistry or not. I would say, I would say that, and also if you saw while I was scrolling on the Khan Academy's site, Khan Academy also has, let me get down here, also has a chemistry playlist. And there's lots of stuff, and I would say even, most of the things on, probably actually all of the things on the chemistry playlist on the Khan Academy site is probably going to be, frankly, better than the videos that I'm producing right now. Sal Khan is, really, has got a really impressive mind for dealing with these concepts. So if I ever say anything that you're confused on in this playlist, this is a great resource for you to go and check out at www.khanacademy.org to get clarification at different points while you're in your chemistry class, before you start taking the chemistry class. It's definitely a great resource to check out. So anyway, I'll leave you there. In the next video, I think we're actually kind of ready to actually start tackling, we've, I guess, tackled the prerequisites to chemistry. So in the next video, hopefully we'll actually start getting into some actual chemistry stuff. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a future video.